brother. Foda.
That's big.
Hey brother, sorry my brother.
It's okay. It is what it is.
Tem que ser mais agressivo só, você entendeu? Tenta lá fundão, Bruno. Tipo aquele. Aí, igual o Rafael, é mais difícil pra ele, vai.
Go. Let's go. Here we go. Nice, good. Boa, Alex. Levanta, levanta. Boa, vai, Alex. Toma. É. Olha, consegui.
Alex Pereira is going all out for his upcoming clash with Magomed Ankalaev. His training camp is intense, focusing on explosive power, precise striking, and defensive awareness. Pereira's team is honing his timing to capitalize on openings, while he's drilling endurance to last all rounds. Every session pushes him closer to peak performance, ready to unleash his signature knockout threat in the octagon. Part of what makes this camp different is the mix of exercises Pereira is putting in day after day. He spends hours sparring with tough partners to recreate fight conditions, shadowboxing to fine-tune his movement and rhythm, and grappling to strengthen his defense against takedowns. These drills are building his confidence, ensuring he can adapt to any situation, no matter where the fight goes.
Come on, bro.
Sometimes just fake that you want to throw the lead and drop the left.
Defende essa porra, vamos, Mel. Trabalha, né? É cima, hein? Levanta ele e vai pra cima. Vai. Vamos lá trabalhar aqui. Pegou, vai embaixo. Cuidado aí pra não cair pra cima.
After weeks of heavy training, Pereira looks sharp and confident, but no matter how much work goes in, fans always want to know what trusted voices in UFC think. When it came to Demetrius Johnson, he sees a real chess match unfolding between Pereira and Ankalaev. He thinks the fight will hinge on moments when one fighter can find the perfect distance to land combinations while avoiding counters. Johnson points out that Pereira is most dangerous when he can move fluidly and get into that rhythm where strikes flow naturally, but Ankalaev has the patience to keep him in check.
I think the one thing that Alex didn't really utilize is just those body kicks. Ooh, nice clinch. This is Alex Pereira's sweet spot. If he can get Ankalaev in this zone right here, he throws, he slips it, beautiful slip, and look, 2, he lands that, 3. You go back and watch all his fights. He hits everybody. That's his dangerous spot. Oh, hey! What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. We have another breakdown for you. Ankalaev defending the belt against Alex Pereira. I know that sounds a little bit weird because Alex Pereira has been the one who's been whooping everybody's butt in that division. So if you guys are new to the channel, this thing is just, I don't know what's going on here. I got to type. Here we go. If you guys are new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to go live, and we're going to break down their first encounterment when they fought for Alex's belt.
Johnson also notices that the leg kicks will be a key factor. Pereira can chip away at Ankalaev's movement early, but if Ankalaev respects those kicks without overcommitting, he can force Pereira to adjust or risk exposure. Johnson suggests there will be constant testing of range, with each trying to make the other react first.
Another kick. See, he's always out of the way. It's such a quick movement, and he's out of the way, and Ankalaev can't respond to that, and his movement's going to get shot as it goes on. Okay, now he switched, he sashayed it, moved out of the way of it. So he started to get range. Okay. Alex Pereira isn't worried about getting kicked. He's kickboxed his whole entire life. So him being kicked, he probably invites it so he can get closer to his opponent. Okay, now he's getting closer. Another kick to the outside.
Another point Johnson emphasizes is the importance of body positioning and flow. Pereira thrives when he can slip, jab, and follow up quickly, but Ankalaev has the skill to slow things down and avoid giving him that sweet spot. Johnson hints that it's about timing and patience, and whoever loses focus might pay for it.
Now, he's wanting him to open up. He's opening up, but he's not overextending when he's opening up, meaning that he's not putting himself in a compromised state so Alex Pereira can capitalize on it. We're going to play it in slow motion. So as Alex Pereira is backing up, he starts doing the feints. He starts fainting. And then he's not getting, he feints, but he's like, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go, essentially. Right here. He measures. He's measured. Okay. He's fainting. Okay. He's like, okay, I'm just going to go. Right here. They're both kind of fainting. He threw this. He's showing me so close. So Alex, okay, I'm going to throw this. Maybe he's going to duck into it. He doesn't. He pulls it back. He bites on it. His hands come down. He throws. He's like, I'm going to go. Boom, that lands perfectly.
Johnson also predicts that the takedown aspect will be a deciding factor, but it's subtle. He suggests Pereira has to bait Ankalaev just enough to create openings while defending against grappling. At the same time, Ankalaev's discipline could prevent Pereira from fully getting into his rhythm. It's a back and forth game where energy management becomes critical.
He used energy to get his back off the cage. When he uses that energy to get his back off the cage, he's not going to be as fresh, which gives Ankalaev the opportunity to actually land something and be able to move quicker. But if the ref gets Ankalaev off the cage without him spending any energy, you're playing a favor to the guy who can't get off the cage. That's why I have a big problem with that. Let me continue. Okay, look, he puts him right back there. Now, if Alex Pereira didn't want to be there, he can use more energy to get off there. Ten seconds. Okay. Nice. Look at that. He can do that. But look how much energy he has to spend to do that to Ankalaev. You have to pay. You got to put something in order to get something.
Finally, Johnson hints that the winner may be the one who better mixes movement, distance, and strikes without overextending. He implies that small adjustments and reading the opponent's reactions will matter more than sheer aggression. He leaves it open, creating suspense for what actually happens when the fight starts.
I think the sacrifice will be a lot better just because, you know, I feel like Alex Pereira is refreshed. He's had some time off. You know, prior to this, they were running that man through the fucking gauntlet like he was just, you know, a well-oiled machine. Just at, you know, he was fighting 3 or 4 times a year. Where Ankalaev, he took his time to get there. He had a great game plan. He, you know, was able to implement that wrestling style against Alex Pereira. So
after hearing Johnson break it down, the conversation shifts to Sean O'Malley and Tim Welch, who offer a different perspective. They point out that Pereira had moments where he appeared to be constantly on edge, worried about the takedown even when Magomed was letting his hands go. That pressure on the fence seemed to throw Pereira off rhythm, making him think about wrestling threats instead of flowing with his strikes. The way they recall it leaves a question mark hanging over whether Pereira can handle that same mix again.
At the main event, Alex Pereira is taking on Magomed Ankalaev for the #2 fight. Their second fight. Their second fight for the light heavyweight bout. God damn, I'm curious. I'm curious. Does Magomed come out this time and wrestle a little bit, or does he stand up and strike with Pereira?
Fuck.
Because last time it almost like, I think it threw Pereira off. Every time Magomed had him pinned on the fence, Magomed was able to let go of his punches, and I think Pereira was sitting there thinking about getting underhooks or worrying about him shooting the whole time, and Magomed outstruck him.
At the same time, they also remind everyone that Pereira wasn't easy to break. His defense stood out, whether it was stuffing attempts or quickly finding his way back up. That resilience seemed to surprise them, and it paints a picture of a fighter who didn't just get bullied on the ground, but actually managed to neutralize quite a bit of it. Still, it opens up the conversation about whether Magomed will double down on that plan or abandon it.
I have to watch that fight, but didn't he shoot quite a bit, and Pereira actually had really fucking great defense?
I don't remember. I
pretty
don't think he shot that much.
I'm pretty sure he shot, and I was super impressed about Pereira's defense.
They even go back and forth on how many of those attempts really landed and whether Pereira's defense was sharper than people expected. You can feel the uncertainty in their tone, almost like they're replaying the fight in their heads and questioning what really tipped the balance. That uncertainty keeps the door wide open for how the rematch might play out, because the details of those exchanges matter more than anything else. By the end, their debate shifts to just how close the fight really was and whether it leaned one way or another on the scorecards. With so many takedown attempts, it leaves you thinking about how judges weigh control versus striking and how easily the narrative can flip in a rematch. It sets the stage for Pereira and Magomed to prove who actually makes the proper adjustments this time.
Got my attention that Pereira's fucking defending really well.
Yeah. Or did he get taken down and got up really well, or you just defended the takedown?
I remember two they stuff that was surprised.
But I'll have to rewatch that fight because I don't remember a ton about it. But
did you think it was a split decision or unanimous?
I think it was a close fight, split.
Who's favored in this fight?
Probably Ankalaev.
Magomed had attempted 12 takedowns against Alex Pereira.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. I'd have to rewatch
How
that
many
too.
did he get?
I don't think any.
No, yeah, he
Bro said he didn't shoot.
Yeah.
Fucking
Okay.
greatest mind in MMA.
Co-main.
From there, the spotlight shifts to Eric Anders, who looks at Pereira's mindset going into this rematch. He thinks the first fight showed a version of Pereira that wasn't as sharp as usual, maybe distracted or holding back a little. For this one, Anders leans toward a more focused Pereira, with improvements in the areas that mattered most the last time around. Anders highlights how important it will be for Pereira to refine his wrestling defense and his ability to scramble if he is taken down. He sees that as the difference maker, because Pereira already has the power to end the fight if he can keep things standing. In his eyes, a locked-in Pereira has the tools to either edge out a decision or even finish the fight before it reaches the judges.
I'm gonna go Alex Pereira. I think he's gonna be a lot less tentative. Hopefully he's working on his takedown defense as we speak. And his, defensive wrestling and, being able to get up when he gets taken down or whatnot. But I just think he was very tentative, and I don't know what the issue was. I know he was like traveling around and, doing his thing for publicity and whatnot. But I think he'll be more focused for this next fight, and I think he'll edge it out or, finish him.
Julius Walker brought a different angle after having been there live for the first clash. He recalls the fight as somewhat flat, yet still revealing how both men had opportunities to take control. From his view, Pereira has what it takes, but Ankalaev simply carries a few more weapons that could tilt things in his favor.
Rematch.
Man, so interestingly enough, dude, I was actually at Pereira Ankalaev the first fight.
Oh, nice.
I was there at UFC 313 for that, and it's a little bit of a lackluster fight, but I feel like Pereira has all the tools to win that fight. But also Ankalaev does too. Ankalaev has a little bit more tools to win.
Walker points to cage control as a significant detail. He believes if Pereira doesn't show urgency when stuck on the fence, then Ankalaev can chip away at rounds just by pressing him back. With solid striking and smart volume, Walker leans toward Ankalaev, grinding out another decision, especially since he expects Magomed to fight disciplined and avoid risky exchanges. Walker also touched on the idea of location, mentioning that even if the fight ends up in places like Abu Dhabi or Vegas, he doesn't think outside factors such as judging will play too heavily. What matters most to him is Ankalaev sticking to a plan built around volume and control. With that strategy, he sees Ankalaev's chances as stronger, leaving Pereira with the challenge of breaking free and forcing his own kind of fight.
If I'm Ankalaev, I would come out and really put the pressure on Pereira, get him going on the back foot, and honestly continue to use that where he holds him on the cage. Because if Pereira doesn't show some urgency in terms of getting off the cage, then Ankalaev is going to eke out another decision. So if I have to pick, especially because it sounds like you said they haven't announced it yet, and it sounds like I would assume it would probably be in Abu Dhabi. So I'm going with Ankalaev by decision again.
Ankalaev Pereira's in Vegas, is my understanding.
Ooh, okay. Even so, I don't believe too heavily in the whole hometown judges thing. I'm sure it is a thing, but I just think that Ankalaev is going to fight smart and is going to he's going to use the cage control.
After Walker's breakdown, the conversation turns to Martin Bude, who doesn't pick a clear side as easily. For him, this rematch feels much harder to call. He brings up how Pereira didn't quite look himself the last time around, almost like something was missing in his usual style. That memory makes him hesitant to lean fully one way or the other. Bude leaves the door open by framing the fight as an even split, saying it could genuinely swing either direction depending on which version of Pereira shows up. If Pereira fights with the kind of aggression he's known for, Bude thinks he can take it. And while he keeps it close to a 50-50 call, he admits that deep down he'd like to see Pereira walk away with the win.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one to decide. We will see, because Alex Pereira in their last fight seems like something was not right about him, because he was not like we are usually used to see him fighting. So we will see if he come in more aggressive fashion into that fight. So I got that fight 50-50.
Okay. Who would you give the edge to, though, if you had to pick someone? Who do you think gets it done?
I would like Alex.
So with all these predictions lined up, it is clear this rematch between Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev has everyone split. Some see Pereira's power and adjustments carrying him through, while others believe Ankalaev's patience and cage control will once again tip the scales. That uncertainty is what makes this fight so intriguing, and we will only know once the cage door closes. Let us know in the comments below who you think takes it this time, Pereira or Ankalaev.